I'm Claudia Jordan, and you're watching A BraveHeart View.
I'm Marielle Hemingway, and you're watching A BraveHeart View.
I'm Elia English, and you're watching A BraveHeart View.
Hello, I'm Ellie Drake, and you're watching A BraveHeart View. Hello, I'm Ellie Drake, and welcome to A BraveHeart View, conscious television on the internet. Today's topic, is your business recession-proof? Joining me as your hosts are three remarkable Braveheart women. First, we have TV and radio personality and one of the stars of Celebrity Apprentice, Claudia Jordan. Next, we have Oscar-nominated actress and best-selling author, Marielle Hemingway. And finally, a Broadway actress and author, you've seen her many times on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Elia English. For the past 25 years, our guest today has significantly increased the bottom line of over 10,000 clients in more than 400 industries all over the world. As the CEO of the Abraham Group, this business and marketing legend has seen and dealt with every type of business question, problem, or challenge you can imagine. We are incredibly excited to welcome Jay Abraham. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
It's truly a pleasure. You are a legend. You have trained every guru out there.
Tell my wife.
And you talk about recession-proof income or recession-proof businesses. In these times, what does that mean?
That's a good question.
Well, it can apply to two or three different ways. If you're talking about an existing business, what we're saying is you can take a business right now and you can really multiply its performance very easily because most of your competitors are going basically like that. They're cowering and they're retracting because they don't know what to do. If you have a very proactive really, and a very logical strategy, you can make everything you do and everyone you do it for produce a lot greater yield. You just have to understand what the opportunities are, and I'll be glad to go into it if that's what you want. But that's what I mean by that. It's taking a business right now that's underperforming and very easily saying, hey, you can make the same time you're spending, the same opportunities you've got, the same access to the market, the same efforts, either you, your staff, salespeople, ads, interactions produce a lot greater result. And that's the first thing. As far as starting a business, since most people are scared to death to even keep a business going, it's an incredible time because competition in the numerical sense, it's huge. In the competitive and the viable sense, it's really not because most people, as I said, they're retracting. They're just trying to hide. They're under their table, hoping that the recession will be gone when they come up.
So you're saying that this time is actually an opportunity to really take off and make a business work.
And it's better for a small, medium-sized business or a startup because they're not shackled with all the labor. They're not shackled with all the overhead. They don't have to figure what to do with 25 tiers of corporate bureaucracy. They can be very agile. They can shift and move and switch their strategy at will. And if you shift your strategy, see, I'll give you a little.
Please.
Most businesses, small and medium, they're guilty of a bunch of things, and they're very easy to correct. First of all, they're tactical. They're not strategic, and by that I mean they're just struggling to get through the moment. They want to make payroll, pay their bills. They're not really trying to put in play a sustaining, evolving strategy, a plan that's going to keep bringing people in, turning them from prospects to buyers, turning them from buyers into repeat buyers, turning them from repeat buyers into referrals, and really and truly make a big difference. So that's the first thing. Second is almost none of them know how to market. Of all the things you can do, people say he's a marketing expert, he's a business builder. Marketing gives you more leverage in business. Costs you the same amount to run an ad, costs you the same amount to open your store, costs you the same amount to send out an email or a letter or put a sign up, whether that ad sign effort salesperson pulls 1 response, 21 responses, 121, and just by shifting what you say and by shifting how you say it, you can double and redouble again the results you get from the same effort. No more money spent.
I have a question for you, Jay. For
Just
people who, maybe 1, 2, or 3. But for people who want to start up a company, they're out there now and they want to start a business, but they don't know where to start. And they're saying, well, you know, with the economy being the way it is, we can't get a startup capital, I can't get a loan. How do I go about trying to start a business in this economy?
Well, it's great. It's a great question. I'll give everybody a great answer. It's what we do a lot of. When I got started, I worked for clients all over that had no money.
Yeah.
They had good product and they had great passion and a great fix of who they wanted to sell to, but no money. So what we had to do was succeed in spite of it. We had to figure out if they had the money, what would they use it for? And then we had to figure who had excess of what they would have bought, and we made joint ventures. For example, let's say that you have a...
I do. I have a cookie company that's coming out as a startup.
Okay. Great.
I'm taking your information.
So you got a cookie company startup. Is it going to be local? Is it going to be regional? Is it going to be national?
It's going to be national.
Okay.
It's supposed to come out in Target.
So I'll give you a great story about a cookie company because it's what somebody did, and they turned no capital, no time into a $20 million profit. It'll be a pretty interesting story, and you can apply it. It's not mine. It's a client of mine, but it's really cool. So this woman was an ad agency, and she had as her client, I think it was Hawaiian Bakery. You know who they are?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is years ago. And they had great distribution in all the upscale stores, but they only had bakery goods. It's a very prominent bakery with sweet type bread.
Yeah.
She wanted to be in her own business. She wanted to be in the cookie business. And she had a formula for cookies that was extraordinary, but no money. So the first thing she did was she went to a Hawaiian Bakery and she said, you guys aren't in the cookie business. You have distribution. You got brand. Let me use your brand and license it to my cookie. Let me put it through your distribution. You guys will pay you double what you would normally make for doing it. I will basically get it all turnkeyed for you. If it grows into a big brand, I'll let you buy it from me at a discount over what it would normally be. So she got them to say yes. She took
she got
more.
Right.
She still has no money. So then she went to a bakery, a big bakery, and she said, I'll tell you what, I've got all these orders, but I don't have any capital. If you'll bake it for me, I will basically agree to pay you 60 days from now with the money that Hawaiian Bakery, who's totally creditworthy, would give them. They agreed to do that, but she was smart. She said, and, because it was a very successful, not a huge bakery, if my business becomes at least 40% of your sales, I want the right to own half of the business. And they thought, because she showed that 40% increase is all profit for them.
Right.
Well, make a long story short, they started doing millions of dollars. She had no money invested. Hawaiian Bakery bought her cookie company for tens of millions of dollars, supposedly. It may have been a little less. It was a lot. She ended up with half interest in the bakery.
Amazing.
She still has the bakery. Her heirs get royalties on the Hawaii, but she did it with no capital because the trick is who's already got the market you want and not competitive.
So you're plugging into what's already working and making it out of the box.
But it takes agility. You've got to be able to find who's got it. I've done billions of dollars. One last thing, then I'll listen. Because I got nothing else to say but this. But I've done billions of dollars with clients that had no money by figuring out who already had the market they wanted, who spent years and years of goodwill, capital, staff. They already had access, they had affinity, they had trust, they had deliverability, but they were not at all competitive. And all we had to do was figure how to get them to take our product or service proposition through their distribution. Anybody can do that, and I've done little companies and grown them to $1 million. I've taken $1 million companies and grown them to 30 million. I've taken 30 million and grown them to 500 million. Never by putting any money up, always by ethically harnessing and capitalizing on other people's intangible and tangible resources, distribution, sales forces, and you can do that all day long, anywhere.
Well, why are so many people getting it wrong? You know what I mean? It sounds like common sense, but so many people, like businesses are going under. Is it just because they think small time and just thinking, like you said, about just making this month's payroll? They don't think...
Well, two things. First of all, if you're a small, medium-sized business, you have a vision, but the vision's not always credible to you. You say, I don't want to be big and successful, but you probably have a lot of self-doubt, number one. Number two is if you really and truly want to reach that heart, it's not something you see yourself capable of doing. In actuality, it's very easy. There's certain very simple approaches, even, I don't use the word scripts, but but
that's
proposition.
That's why you're who you are. I mean,
exactly.
that's why I mean,
this is fascinating. We could talk about this
every
for
hour.
Exactly. Absolutely. What I got by listening to this is that this is the best time to have a business, and especially if your business is small or medium sized, celebrate that. Be passionate about it. Come out of the box and listen to Jay Abraham because he knows what he's talking about. Take it away, Claudia.
To get more information about Jay Abraham, log into BraveHeartView.com and click on Resources.
Core Inner Circle members, you can also access Jay's exclusive video titled Powerful Ways to Maximize Your Business Potential in your Core member section.
And finally, members, we want to hear your BraveHeart view, okay? So to join us in our discussion forum after the show or to watch more episodes, go to BraveHeartView.com.
On behalf of our amazing guest, Mr. Jay Abraham, and our panel, Claudia, Mariel, Elia, and myself, Ellie, thank you for connecting, and peace in. That was really fabulous. That was